What's up, guys? It's Sean with SRS again. Wasn't going to do any more flipping videos because I'm really not into making technique type videos. But I got a couple emails talking about my flipping, and I was doing that to try and show off and stuff. And in the first place, I'm not that good to show off. But I wanted to explain why, a couple things I said. And you guys can email me back and tell me whether you think it's true or give me your opinion. But when I was doing the swivel pitch, why I do that and why I prefer it. There's two reasons. One, I practice inside my house all the time, and I have very low ceilings, so I can't raise my rod up and grab and pitch, my creature bait, whatever, jig, whatever I'm flipping. I can't do that. So I had to learn how to keep it low and just do like that, which wasn't easy at first, just like anything different that you try and do. The first time I ever tried to just pendulum pitch it without, because I used to always have to grab it and do it. But here's one thing that I have learned, and some other guys, you guys can send me some stuff back and let me know if it's true. The one thing about the swivel pitch, it probably takes a half second longer for me because to get that rotation around, but it gets momentum. It gets more momentum than that type, the swivel. It's probably even more so than if you do the pitch cast, where you grab it and then swing it out. Because depending on the length of your leader, the other thing too is that if your leader's short, you can actually extend it as it's coming down before you fire it out. So if you have a real short leader, normally that makes for a real high pitch. But as it's twirling around, I'll let some line out, and then I'll be able to get a normal pitch. So you don't have to get it to the exact length, for that perfect pitch. The other thing I noticed is that when you pitch, when you swivel, you can fire it out at a lower angle to the ground, or to the water, than a pendulum pitch. Because you have a higher, whatever you want to call it. It's a higher fire out rate, trajectory, or whatever. So I found that the other thing I do is I'll try and put the coffee mug or cups underneath chairs, and what I found is when I do that type of pitch, I can get it back underneath the chair more so than if I do that. The pendulum swing, where you just don't touch it and you just work off of its already its motion, or if you do the pitch cast, which I've just kind of gotten away from the pitch cast because, I don't know, even the pendulum swing is faster than me. You don't have to keep grabbing the bait, and in the cold, your hands don't get wet, and so I don't like doing that. But in any event, doing the swivel, and you can fire it out at a lower level, and that's why I started doing it, really, because I was inside, practicing, and I have low ceiling. So, but I've kind of started to enjoy it, or I prefer it over the other two. The other thing too is that, even in the pendulum pitch, sometimes when you bring it out of the water, it's shaking, or you don't get that true fire out. It might come out to the side, and then you gotta kind of try and line it up when you actually make that pitch. But the thing about the swivel is it's usually, wherever your rod's pointed, that's where that jig, or that's where that creature bait is going, and it's going with a little bit of speed to it. Depending on how quick you whip it around. But when I used to do the pendulum, you know, sometimes I pull it out, comes out to the side, or yank it out, and it comes out like that. And you know, when you get the next swing out, it's off. It's not. It doesn't follow true to my rod tip all the time, um, because it was coming out at a different angle in the first place. And I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just telling you why um, I started doing it, and it's worth a try because I don't know. I think it for getting under like bushes, you know, probably docks, things like that. It comes down a lot lower when you're flipping. And the thing that made me notice it, I don't know if you guys can see it, but the thing that made me notice it is when I'm flipping. You know, a lot of times I watch it, I'm actually scraping the ground when I'm outside anyway. Scraping the ground as that bait is coming across. So, trying to see if I can show you what I was talking about. I mean, it's that. I don't know. And maybe because I've been doing it more now that it just seems easier to get a closer pitch with the swivel. But so you guys give me some feedback and let me know. I will say that, you know, like Kevin Van Dam, I see him do it, and it's so quick.